I'm wondering if I will start with silent gazing or with reports.
Oh, let's see. Let's
What
see.
wants to happen? Yeah, I think it's good that I speak a bit.
I have a sense, yes.
Oh,
How nice. Speak.
yeah.
Let it speak.
What I feel over the last 3-4 nights, that spinning mind is happening and there is identification happening. So I wake up and then there's a lot of stress in my heart and in the plexus and mind starts spinning, and I get trapped in dilemma, and it's really it's prison me, this being trapped. And so I really then start to see how I can resource. But this morning, when it happened again this night, I saw when the resource comes in that there is a sense of me, and then the sentence came, even drop resourcing. And at that moment, the body took over and spontaneous, fast, deep breathing started to happen, and shaking, and the hands were then off again. So I needed to see also this loop of the sense of me that wants to resource. And then it was surrendered again. But in the night, the identification the last days is stronger. And it is actually also the polarization between the adult one that don't want to compromise anymore, and then the young organization that is scared and that is afraid. Holding that one over and over again. Now, yeah, so it is that kind of polarity that is where I'm in.
Far out. I love the clear seeing and the clear noticing. Wow. 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 What a gift, Judith.
Yeah, and yet it is a bit exhausting. These nights, and it's a lot.
I totally understand. I mean, it seems like that this is what we are here for. Other people go into the office and do whatever they have to do, and we have to do this work here.
Yeah, definitely.
That's how it seems to me,
Yeah, this is the interest I have, and where that is coming from, I don't know, but this is the interest.
No, we have no clue. I mean, we have no clue why we have to do this, but obviously life wants us to do this. Yes. And you see clearly, you share clearly. It's exquisite to me.
Oh, thank you. Nice to hear.
Thanks for hearing. Yeah, thanks for letting that in. Because it's funny, it seems like it's personal when it identifies itself. Yeah. It feels like that. But I know that it isn't. I know that. I know that you know that. So at times it might be like that for all of us. That strong sense of I is there. All of a sudden, out of nowhere, thoughts do their thing. But at one point, there's that clear seeing again. Wow, how fantastic is that? It might never change. We have no clue.
No.
But we have the clear seeing again and again and again, which is, we can't ask for more.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Yeah.
So also I have a bit of feeling in the night when I lay down that it's more difficult to find this adult part. It is as if I come more in this young organization, and it supports me to sit straight, and then the adult can come again. With laying down, then that is a bit lost, like the young organization where I drift in somehow.
Wow, even that. How beautiful is that? And who knows, maybe, that young being has been put down, that it had to be by itself on its back somewhere, and it gets a memory. Who knows? I mean, because when it's that young, it can't move, it can't sit up, it can't move itself, it can't turn. So
and
who
even
knows,
this, and it could be even that it is the prenatal. That is also possible. I have no clue. I don't need to have a clue. I don't need to analyze, but I just see that in the night and laying, then the reference for the adult is gone.
Yeah.
But let's see what this moment wants to bring.
I find it absolutely exquisite how you share and how clear the seeing is. And that it comes again and again to hands off.
Yeah.
Far out.
Can take a while, but suddenly then she remembers hands off.
Judith, that makes totally sense. To me, it makes totally sense. As long as the system has a sense that something is wrong, it will not surrender. That's just the nature of the nervous system. It can only come into so-called surrender when it feels safe enough. Otherwise, it's a giving up.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah. So it needs a bit of time to check out what's going on, especially when it comes out of sleep or just the night things. I find it exquisite again. It's wonderful, you're seeing. And, I do sense how much your system or this system, I mean, we even don't know there whose it is, has learned. I just see again and again how much it has learned already.
Yeah, even I have a lot of gratefulness for that.
Yeah. So good news.
Oh, you are gone at this moment.
Oh,
I can't see you. You should talk, perhaps.
Yes, I'm talking.
Yeah, there you are again.
Oh. It's quiet, at least here.
Yeah. It's always, I always take time in the morning to, after the night, to sit and to arrive here again.
Yeah.
So that's what the system needs, to take that time.
Yeah, all our systems long for that.
Yeah, and then it can be here again.
Oh, thank you. Happy exploration.
They do in India. All this, that exploration.
No choice, huh?
No choice. No choice. Thank you so much.
Choice.
No choice.
Thank you. Thank you.
Maybe it's my turn.
Annette.
Hi.
Hey.
Hey. Yeah, I had a very busy week and starting to have a headache, so I'd really like to sit with you and see if you can help me to calm down this system. It's a bit of a challenge right now. And lovely to see you, Meike.
Lovely to see you too, Annette. Such good medicine just to hang together. Huh? Nothing to do, nowhere to go.
Yeah, I need to stop this system from running, and
too much effort, Annette. You can't. You've tried everything.
I did, yeah.
Yeah. You can lean back.
Yeah, just with this headache, there's always an inclination to run from that.
Oh, of course. Who wants to show me one body that likes to have a headache? Oh, I mean, oh no, the other night I met somebody in the group actually, because she says then she doesn't think. Then the headache takes over. Yeah. But, you know, pain, oh, these bodies, oh, they don't want to live when there's a lot of pain. Most of them anyway.
Just easily triggered, and then easily get into control about work or anger and sadness and stuff like that.
Yeah. Stuff like that. I like that expression.
Fuck that. Fuck that?
No, did you say that? No,
No,
I understand. No, but that's true too.
I thought, Meike. I thought
No,
you
I didn't.
now you
I
say
didn't.
fuck it.
No, I didn't, but I could.
It's good to hear.
Yeah.
It's really like being in the eye of a storm, you know. I can just hear all the chatter and all the noise and all the emotions running around this core. And the core tries to stick, but it gets carried away in the storm, and then it comes back again. Tiring.
Yep. Yeah. And you can see it's doing it by itself. Huh? Yeah. I mean, you know, the moment we really have that idea that it's us doing it, it gets very harsh and violent, actually. Yeah. We would never do that to ourselves or anybody. We would never. If we had a say in it, we would not. It's so clear to me. So then it's more like, yes, oh, sweetest Annette, sweetest Meike, and everybody. Yeah, yes. Oh, man. So much running, so much work.
Trying to hold it all together.
Trying to hold it all together. And nobody there where we could just, for a moment lean into. Yeah. So let's lean into each other for a moment. Yeah. So nice when it becomes softer. Huh?
It's just the habit of all my ancestors to be hard.
Mine too. You want to see how many ancestors have passed that down? You want to see in the gallery view? Shall we ask? Okay. Could you just show who knows that in their own experience?
Okay.
Yeah. There you go. Yeah. Yes.
Yeah. Otherwise we wouldn't survive, is the idea. Huh?
That's the idea. Yeah. But it's actually even beyond idea. Huh? That's something that goes on automatic, and it just does it. And then later on thinking kicks in and has an opinion about it and tries to do it differently. But the thinking is obviously not in charge. Yeah.
I just feel sometimes a lot of anger surging in me. And right now, a big trigger for me is this drought we're having for 3 months now. Breaks my heart what happens to nature. It's not really looking good. And it's just, I know it's just, how do I say that? Feeling helpless.
Yeah.
Basically.
Yeah. Yeah.
And sometimes I just don't want to cry. I just want to blame someone.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I just throw it out. I'm not a saint, so I just throw it out. Because when I used to keep everything under the lid, and that gives me headache, very bad headaches. So I don't do that anymore.
Yeah.
It just goes on and on.
Yeah. I really understand.
Yeah. I don't really know what's going on exactly, but I feel like a little volcano.
Yeah. a little only.
Oh, only a big one.
Show us how big that volcano is.
Ah!
Oh.
Yay!
That was harmless, Annette.
It was, yeah. But I usually use words, and I can be very good with words, so I'm not really hurting. I just want to communicate and.
See, it's also a bit of a different story when it's invited. I can see that, you know, when you, let's see, when there's a permission to be a volcano, because then there's not so much pressure, isn't it? Or when it's allowed to steam here and there, it's a totally different story than when there's a sense of, oh, here I can't really speak up. There's nobody there wants to listen. Or then it comes out differently. Yeah, it's for all of us.
That's, I
Say
guess
again?
Well, there's just idea. I need to be civil. You need to be friendly, and I can be very friendly.
Yeah.
So, but when I do see something wrong and I feel good, only when I feel good, I know it works, and then I just tell people, like what they're doing to trees or something, just on a practical matter. But and I'm learning to combine this volcano and kindness. It's just, for me, it's also just a practice, and I allow myself to practice and fail. And it's in a way a gift, though other people may think, I wish you would shut up, but I won't. Can't. Sorry, just chatting.
I mean, you know, I just see again and again, it seems like that there is somebody that is doing all of it, huh? And it walks easily into the trap of separation. It just walks into that pretty immediately when it gets a chance. But I know you know the truth. I know you know that there is no separation ever. I know you know that there's nobody that is running the show here. I know that. I know that deeply. So, I mean, we can pretend again and again, and we do, because somehow it seems like we forget. But I know you know.
And that's where the friendliness comes from. And that's the best position to talk. And then it works.
Exactly.
So I really want to explore that, also practical stuff. So.
Yes. Yeah. Self meeting self all the time. All the time. Yeah. And how does, no choice actually in how it explores itself. Huh?
Yeah, it's just telling you in hindsight. It's like an analysis. I have no control of myself, and that can be a bit scary.
No. Yeah.
Sometimes
but only for the I. Only for that which thinks that it is in control.
Yeah.
Because, the moment it relaxes into itself, it's just here. Then it's right in the eye of the storm, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah, there it is. Moving, but it itself, it's quiet. Yeah, and sometimes, it seems like there's more, the whirling, the storm is taking over, and then it throws us into the quietness again. Yeah.
It's
and
just
that
very
a
light.
million times a day.
24 hours a day, yeah.
24, yeah, and a million times
Yeah.
in a day, isn't it? It's just going on and on and on and on. Yeah.
Yeah, life can't be contained in a way, yeah.
Yeah, no container for anything.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, very precious.
Very precious.
Hi, Meike.
Eva. Hello. Oh, I can't hear you. Oh, say again. It's very far away.
And now, like this?
Yeah, now I can understand you. Yes.
I'm really curious how you perceive this. Somehow.
How I perceive.
How you perceive our sitting together, like how you perceive this.
Absolute pleasure to me. I love sitting and hanging with you, Eva.
Because for me, it was.
Oh, now the sound is good.
I know.
Now it's good.
I changed it. It was like I selected the wrong speaker.
Oh, okay.
So, for me, somehow, some sort of sensation or something that I think I'm always trying to kind of like not show. Now I dared to kind of like not try to hide it. Yeah, maybe it's just,
Oh, I guess.
Yeah.
I guess that's why it was so comfortable.
Yeah, I it's so interesting because I would assume I can so understand what you say, and somehow, of course, for this system, it always try to do that because it thinks other.
Yeah.
So, but
Then it's comfortable when it's hidden, huh?
But it felt like, oh my God! So it's really. So I just feel it a little bit more. That's okay.
That's the other way around. Yes. When there's nothing hidden, then you don't carry guns under your arms.
Exactly, because for me it feels like a sort of is something that I would interpret it as anger, and something that I then need to kind of like take away, because otherwise that would hurt you.
Mm. Yeah. Amazing, huh? Beautiful seeing. See here, it actually feels more alive.
Mm.
And, you know, I know most of us are very afraid of anger, or what we call anger. But if it's just an energy that can be there and can move through the system, it's alive. And, you know, what I do notice is you're actually much more straight. You're much more there. So to me, it's exquisite.
It's really, really nice to experiment this with you, because I also sat with it with Isaac, and it's of course for this system it's very different to express it to then what would be a man or a woman, because I noticed that maybe with women I'm even more kind of like trying to lower down somehow to small, so that it is trying to make itself small. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Wow, I can really feel that now. It's so good to not have to do that anymore. It almost that if I wouldn't, it would go into a fight.
And if I'm happy with that too. What's wrong with a little fight? We know who we are. There's not much that can happen, Eva.
Mm.
You know, we can have a little fight or a big fight and afterwards we laugh. It's just energy. It doesn't mean much. It meant a lot when we were children and we were shouted at. That is not so, it confuses us as little beings. But now, you know, we don't even know where those energies come from. We have no clue.
That's a big relief. Yes, indeed. We can also have a little fight, and that's also.
Well, you know, if we can laugh and cry together, then we can. I have that with Isaac. And we've come a long way. I mean, it took a long time because, you know, there was also an idea we shouldn't, in a way, you know. It didn't feel comfortable. But now sometimes we just have these explosions here. And then it's a, whew, well, we have a good laugh. Or not.
That's
and then
afterwards you feel like the whole time it shouldn't have, but it's actually, it feels very safe and familiar even, or like even more, that you can also fight together and that is also fine. Yeah. Oh my God, that's
doesn't mean anything. It does not mean a thing. The same then laughter doesn't mean a thing, and sadness or other emotions don't mean a thing.
No. It's just because if you try to prevent it, oh my God, that's such a it first of all, it doesn't work because it will happen eventually most of the time. And then, becomes very uptight.
Yes, it does. You know, if there was a choice, I guess we wouldn't choose that. Yeah, my system wouldn't. But that's also just an idea. But I can sense there is not really a choice. All the emotions do their thing again and again. What I am grateful for on this journey is that it doesn't mean anything anymore. Or let's say less. Less, less, less. And, you know, for quite a while it meant something. It's like, okay, if we have a fight every day, or, you know, this person shouts at me, then it's like, oh, I've got to work on it, I've got to do something. But I just see that it's movements. Somehow it's movement. I don't know where they come from. I wouldn't choose them maybe, but I don't have a choice. I don't have control over it, and I don't have a choice. And that is the relief. That's when, then I can come back. So, wow, what was that? I have no clue. And with luck, I haven't hurt you. And if so, I'm really sorry. I have no clue where it came from. And then we can meet again. So we are, you know, because we've been on this journey for so long and we know each other. So now we're at a point where it seems serious for a minute or two, but then we just move on. Yeah, can be maybe 5 minutes. But it's really funny. So that is the grace as I experience it. It's like, wow, thank you. It doesn't mean anything. So I don't have to work on any emotions. I don't have to work on nothing. I'm here. I can show up again or not. I can hide, but the interest to hide is also not so big anymore. Because how can I hide? Gosh, it squeezes everything. It squeezes the juice out of life, that hiding thing. And look at a flower, when they open, it's like, wow, how they show themselves. oh, wow, nothing hidden now, nothing, everything right there. Not too much and not too little, just, just like you right now. Yeah, that's the best. That's lucky. That's so lucky that we can encourage each other to. Yeah. Sometimes crying, sometimes laughing, sometimes boring, sometimes screaming. Look at children in one day. Huh? It's like from ecstasy to devastation, everything in 1 hour. Have you watched that? It's like
There's not so much difference.
no difference. But we're trying to keep it together, you know. It's like
even that doesn't really.
Had enough of that. Yeah, it squeezes life out of us. And it doesn't mean that there's not, you know, everything has a, I mean, I don't like to use the word consequence because it can be understood in a harsh way. But, you know, we can come back to each other. You know, it's like, wow, I really lost it here and I have no clue why. And man, I hope I didn't do anything. I didn't do any damage. And let's see if I can repair it. And can you help me? Of course, that can happen. But, you know, then it's like, how can I come into harmony with what happened again? But without guilting and shaming and blaming, you know, the harshness. There's not so much harshness in there. It feels so nice because everybody knows that. Everybody knows these strong movements that go through the body, and we don't know what to do with that, and no control. So I like when I can see what's going on in another system. I love it. I love it. It's the best. If it's crying, I cry with you. If it's laughing, I laugh with you. If we have to scream, okay, let's do that.
Yeah, and I have that too, actually. It is like it, like, yeah. As long as it's like real, or when everything can just be as it is.
Absolutely. Yeah. And you know, I also understand because we have, most of us anyway, you know, emotions haven't been the favorite things of our parents and teachers and priests and doctors and those that have been the authorities, at least when I grew up. You know, it's like, I mean, you know, when my parents grew up, it was all about listening to authorities. There wasn't much of, nobody really had a say. You had to follow orders. So I remember my father was trying that with me too. And I was holding it together. Man. So I had all these inner explosions because it wasn't allowed to, he was the stronger one. It was very clear I would lose. Every time I would lose. So, it was kept in here. It was so kept. Yeah. It's squeezing life out of us, actually. It's really squeezing life out.
why would we be, actually why we are so wired to be afraid of emotion, because in the end it's actually just exactly when you just feel it, it's just life. It's actually nice. It's nicer than that it should all be black or helpless.
Yeah. You know, but if you grow up in a society where you are separate, then of course, then you try to control because you want to be the one that's in power. So that's been the model for a long, long time. And that doesn't work anymore. Isn't it fantastic?
Mm. Thank you.
Thank you. Very beautiful what you brought. Very beautiful, inspiring.
I'm so grateful that I can just be like every time, like, but yeah, that everything is just, yeah, that I can just be myself. Let me, whatever.
Yes. And it's funny enough, it's such an inspiration when somebody is just themselves. Other people feel comfortable around that because it invites you to be also yourself.
Yeah.
Nothing to hide.
When people, I like it also so much. Yeah.
You're at home then, huh?
Yeah. You feel, you feel relaxed because you can.
Yes. Yeah, exactly. Ciao.
Are you well? Bettina, like to speak.
Wo bist du denn? Da. Good morning. Hi.
Hallo.
No need to go there.
Kam gerade so die Frage auf, also zu sein, wer du bist.
So the question came up to be who you are.
Ja. Und dann war so ein Bemerken oder so ein Suchen danach und gucken und irgendwie das Gefühl haben, da ist gar nichts.
And then there was a looking for it and the answer came, there's nothing.
Ja, alles, was bisher war,
Everything that was up until now
fühlt sich irgendwie gemacht an.
Feels like it's been made up. Ja.
Es ist wie ein Starten von total Null.
It's like starting from zero.
Und was sich dann was sich da gezeigt hat, wo du sagtest, keine Notwendigkeit dahin zu gehen, war.
And what showed itself when I said no, it's not necessary to go there, was,
dass sich diese Emotionen, die hier so oft auftauchen, fast
that
noch
all
das
those
Realste
emotions,
waren.
that those emotions that always show themselves here have been the most real. Yeah. How beautiful, Bettina. At least some emotions, huh?
Und kein Wunder, dass die sich dann immer so zeigen oder dass da so viel Platz dafür ist.
Yeah, so no wonder that it needs so much space. Makes sense.
Was bleibt dann noch?
Oh, what stays? What remains? Very good question. Let's have a look. I loved the conversation with Annette. You know, she was talking about that, you know, that big storm around there, and then sometimes we sit in the center of the storm, where it's totally quiet, huh? It's totally quiet, and you just, whatever that is, sees the movement, huh? It's just whatever that is, call it awareness, or call it that's who we are in truth. It's so hard to put a word onto that. But when we are right there, then it's like, wow, it's just moving, but untouched. And then all of a sudden, it moves. It seems like it moves away or somewhere, and woof, you get a rush. Yeah, and then it spits you out again. That's very lucky. And you know, with that question, what remains or what is real, I love how the sages speak about that. They say, you know, because we actually have reality, we say everything we see is real. Huh? But those guys say everything that doesn't move, that's real. And that makes so much, everything else is changing all the time. It's moving and changing and everything. But that which doesn't move, that's real. That's what those people say. And I love that. That's what's always there. And there's no choice how it shows itself. I mean, what I can say, and just from my own experience, if there's something like that, is as it's been on this journey and curious about itself, it's getting more and more obvious But how that happened, yeah, see, then, wow, then it's just, wow. Thank you, thank you, thank you. It's like, wow. Then the waves of gratitude come, and, wow. And then it sinks into the heart. Then there comes the compassion for everything that can't see. And, but how it all happens?
Who knows?
Yeah. And then nothing, I mean, it's just the way it shows, huh? Emotions or not emotions. And seeing other beings, so-called other beings. I just read a quote again from Ramana, it was today, and it's, oh man, it's so on the point. Somebody asking me, what do we do about all the suffering people? Or the others, you know? And Ramana says, there are no others. Yeah. And we know that, huh? But we can only speak like this when we're on this frequency or this wavelength. Because when there's excitement stuff, it's not possible to hear it even. It can't penetrate that deeply. But sometimes, whoa, when we're on that wavelength, oh, yes, there are no others. It's all the same. Mm-hmm. And then it's just self meeting self, isn't it? Yes. Knowing everything from the inside out. And that seems endless. It seems like never stops. Mhm.
Wir sind immer am Anfang oder wir fangen gerade erst an. Hat das Nervensystem auch immer getriggert?
So we are always at the beginning, or we're just starting. Also the nervous system is triggered.
Yeah, it was triggered.
It was triggered.
Ja, und jetzt kann ich das, also im Moment weiß ich, dass es stimmt. Und es ist schön, es ist tatsächlich eine Freude, immer wieder am Anfang sein zu dürfen.
Yeah, and right now she can see that it is true. And it's so beautiful to be again and again at the beginning. Yeah.
Weil es hat ja auch dann eine Chance immer wieder.
Yeah, yeah, then it has a chance again and again. Mm. Yeah, 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 yeah. It's always at the beginning, huh?
Und das hast du ja auch schon immer geschrieben. Das ist ja immer deine Einladung. Immer frisch, immer neu, immer als würden wir uns zum ersten Mal begegnen.
Yeah, that's been my invitation, yeah. Again and again, fresh and new. As if we meet for the first time, which is so true, isn't it? Yeah, we always just discover more aspects about ourselves in every creation, And the creativity of this it's outrageous, isn't it? It's just, how can it be so creative? Everything is always brand new. Every time, it's never the same. Nothing is ever the same. Sure, it's unbelievable, and it goes so quick. And then, you know, when you sit in the center, wow, you just have the joy of noticing the dance. Mm-hmm. Yeah. And from there, it's also so clear. You can try, or we can try to hide, but we know it all. Huh? You know everything that's going on here in the Meike body. You know everything. There's nothing that you don't see or know in your own experience. And the other way around too. And there's nothing more exquisite than noticing and seeing that. That's the same everywhere. That brings the sense of connection, doesn't it? Then it's like, yeah, same, 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 same. Doesn't matter the shape or form. Doesn't matter age or what kind of material even. Doesn't matter. It's knowing itself, yeah, from the inside out. And then it starts breathing, then it starts moving and doing its dance.
Relaxation happens here and there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, yeah. Then it starts thriving somehow. I mean, mm, mm. Yeah. Oh, what a beautiful conversation, Bettina. Mm. 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 Mm.
Danke, 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 danke.
Danke auch.
Hi, Meike. Marina.
Marina. Hello. Looks very cozy there.
Yeah. I'm having to hold my iPad so it's easier lying down.
Yeah, I can see I'm getting a bit dizzy. No, not anymore. See, after a conversation like with Bettina just then, I just want to say always, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love me, I love me, I love me, I love us, I love us, I love us, I love us, I love us. Love, 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 love. Let's sing and dance and celebrate. Recognizing each other and each other again and again, and when we forget, remind each other. Let's sing and dance. Let's stroke each other, hold each other's hands, feed each other. Give each other space for however it needs to be in this wiring and in that wiring. Let's provide space for everything. Tell each other how beautiful we are, how exquisitely we grow, each one uniquely. Oh, man. Wow, wow. How could life make something so beautiful than you? Wow. It's like, wow. Such a miracle.
Yeah.
Such a...
I love hearing you speak like this because it feels like that's how it should be. That's how we should be speaking to each other, you know. Not should, but feels like it's natural to. I just had a 2-hour-long cuddle with a friend I feel really comfortable with, and I could just feel my whole nervous system just drink in, and you know, both ways. We were just drinking, just caring for another being, and holding, and how nurturing that felt, and how I felt like a sponge just sort of slurping it up.
Slurping it up, that's a good word. I like that. Yummy.
And there's been that feeling of late, you know, of late of not seeing as many friends, not as many connections, few people away, of the little one, the nervous system really longing for that more, you know.
I mean, a 2-hour cuddle, that's something very special.
Catch up.
Very, very special.
It was very nurturing, yeah. And, yeah. I was going to ask you, Meike, if you're talking about, you know, when someone's just honest and open with, you know, who they are, And I'm not sure if I am like that or not. I don't feel like I consciously hide anything, but at the same time, sometimes there's definitely emotions underneath that I feel, but it's not, I can feel sadness sort of underneath something here, you know, it's pushing it down a bit, so it's not here. Do you know what I mean? Yeah, like
you don't have to worry. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
You know, there's been a habit to work on ourselves.
Oh.
Yeah. It's playtime now. I mean, I know it's still a bit of a harsh time, you know, right now, because there's such a big change going on, and it's strong. It's very strong for a lot of us. But I mean, I can only speak from my own experience again. It's playtime, no holding back, playtime. It's jumping up and down when it wants up to jump up and down, and it sings and dances when singing and dancing is coming. It's playtime. We have worked so hard. Man, and it really has been squeezing life out of our systems. Yeah, it's time to celebrate.
I like hearing that.
I'm very happy that you like hearing that. I guess that's why it's been spoken. Who knows?
I'm so sick of work, hard work.
Oh, man, for all of us. I mean, look, let's sit under the trees and have picnics and, you know, we don't need much. I see that we don't need much. No, holding hands and having a veggie garden. That's, you know, and having farmers maybe do it for us. Whoa, that is, it's a luxury. It's a luxury. I mean, we're having these amazing markets here in Byron. Around nearly every day there is a market, and they come with the fresh organic food, most of them. And it's like, wow, I'm just, thank you for doing that for us. We just go and fill up our bags, and wow, then we come home with, man, the fresh food, and we don't need much. We don't need much. It's quite amazing. Don't need much fancy things. It's getting more and more simple and simple. It's more the celebration, you know, with each other. It's like, wow, recognizing each other in each other. That's the biggest gift we can receive, actually. And that kindness that comes with that goes directly into the heart. Yes, I see you, my darling. Oh, self speaking to self. I mean, space for everything, vulnerable and raw. Sometimes strong and powerful, but it's all play. It's all play. Sometimes I'm the boss, then you're the boss.
Yeah.
So we don't need to work anymore. Emotions come if they're suppressed or whatever.
It's forever, isn't it? I could go have SE sessions forever, another 100 years.
Yeah. Oh, me too, and it's fun. God, do I love those.
Yeah.
Discovery, but that's also not everybody's pleasure. Some of us love it and others would never go there. And that's fine too.
I've loved it, but recently I've not been drawn at all.
Yeah. See, there you go. It's the same with everything, isn't it? For years I played the guitar, and all of a sudden, no interest anymore. Or you go whatever. You start painting, or name it. It's just everything. For some people it's forever, and for others it's just sometimes.
Thank you, Meike.
Oh, thank you, Marina. Mwah.
Mwah. I think Monica's next.
Yeah, Monica would like to speak.
Hi, Meike.
Yeah.
Here.
Hey, Monica. Yes. Oh, wait. Where have you gone? Can you wave again?
Schaltet. So, jetzt. Hi, Meike.
Yes, now I found you. There you are. Hey, Monica.
Hi.
Hi.
A little bit what I want to talk is, the wave come, the wave go. I'm sitting here with you in the Sangha, in the meeting, and I slept the whole time.
Fantastic.
I'm awake a little bit. I'm awake, and no, I'm awake. Okay. Yeah, that's more. Was heißt acceptance for that what is coming, and not I want to be awake the whole time. I must be awake the whole time. Okay, I'm sleeping.
Yes, fantastic. I'm very happy that you feel comfortable to do that.
Yeah, I have no choice. I have no choice when I'm sitting here. I'm not lying, but I fall asleep. Okay.
Yeah, I'm a very good sleeping pill. I know that. I take it as a compliment.
Okay.
Let's see if we can get you back to sleep.
No, not when I'm in direct contact, just only at first, no. Yeah, I have a patient, and I take him into more body feeling and so on, and I said, hello. So, I'm awake. And the whole time he goes away, he comes back, he goes away, he comes back. Yes. Yeah.
Mm. Mm. Thank you.
Thank you, Meike. Bye.
Bye. Bye, Monica.
Hello, Meike.
Esther?
Yeah.
Oh, Esther. Yes. Hey, Esther.
Okay. Hi.
I love that you show up again and again, Esther.
Yeah, it was the last time that I was leaving in a way. And for my system, it felt
you were moving. You weren't leaving.
Yeah, okay. That it's. Yeah. I never felt in such a clear way that it was okay to move.
Yeah. Wow. So happy to hear that.
Entanglement or manipulation or and then yeah. So I feel I guess my system is more relaxed now. And,
yeah.
Yeah, but I also like to rest with you just as what I am. I mean, that system is doing its play.
Same here. Same here. Same here.
It's a boundary issue and. I can go in a story here in the neighborhood, but it's not too.
Oh, scene. It's not in nobody's control. That's what I can see.
Thought was coming and then I saw myself going there and then
Beautiful. Does it by itself.
But still there,
Yeah.
kind of holding back.
Yeah. And you see it.
So why is it so beautiful to see everything?
You tell me.
Hmm?
You tell me.
More sounds. That part also want to hide very well.
Yeah, it's okay. Yeah, yeah. Let it hide. Why not?
As you say, because it feels like, I don't know your exact words, but it's getting the energy out of.
Only if it's not allowed to be the way it is.
Ah.
Then it's squeezing life out of itself.
Mm.
When it's allowed the way it wants to move, you know, it's like as if it's in the survival mode. You know, when animals play dead. Have you seen that? Yeah.
Mm.
So that's totally fine for a certain time. So when the danger is over, then they shake themselves and up and they move on.
Yeah.
Yeah. Humans are a very special animal in a way. They stay in that state for a long, long time. It kind of takes a bit for them to shake it off. Oh, whew, what was that? It's all over. Oh, okay, now I can move on. So a lot of our systems in our society are, they hold on to things that are actually not in present time. So that's what we're playing with, inviting each other to be here with whatever is. If it wants to hide, we let it hide. If it wants to cry, we let it cry. If it wants to sing, we let it sing. So there's the seeing of what's going on and then allowing it to be. And it seems it's easier in company. Especially when it gets an invitation just to be itself. And it loves to be witnessed. It grows the best when it's witnessing itself. Like children, you know, they ask all the time, look at me, look at me, look at me. Mom, look, 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 look. Oh, mom is busy talking somewhere or what. Yes, okay, I'm looking, you know. Doesn't want to give attention all the time. But children ask for it really, for really presence. When somebody is really present, they thrive. That's like, makes them grow in a more beautiful way. It's quite interesting to see that. So we love witnessing, being witnessed with everything that's going on. We grow better. Gives us a sense of connection. The moment our systems don't feel that being part of
I know that.
Yeah, me too. And all our friends here too. And most of the people on the planet. Maybe not everybody is so aware of it, but yeah. So that's, maybe that's an answer to that question. Okay. Thanks, Esther. Thank you.
Okay. Till next time.
Till next time.
Meike?
Sandra. I like that I recognize your voices. I love that. And then I have to see where you sit on the screen, but it's so funny how we can recognize a voice, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just beautiful to connect and
oh.
the stream.
We can sing love songs to each other.
Yeah. I just loved what you said, that everything that is okay and welcome, and nothing has to be different than it is.
I mean, we know how it feels when it's not okay, yeah?
Yes.
And when our systems start trying to change and fix and get rid of, and wow, I mean, we know what that does.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah. It was so beautiful when you spoke with Eva, that actually even fighting is completely okay. There was this thing that actually fighting was something that this system was doing like this many, many times. And it does actually not feel good. Fighting does not feel good to the system, but to see that also that is just a wave in time and space, actually, you know.
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. And to life itself, it makes sense. Otherwise, it would not have wired or put it into these bodies.
Yeah. Even so, something would love to not have it, but yeah.
You know, which also makes sense. It makes sense when I mean, I'm just always seeing young beings when it's used against young beings that actually need the opposite to grow. It's not that they don't understand when you give clear boundaries, but it can be, I mean, I don't like that word, but I don't have a better one. It can be abusive, especially for young beings. So then there sits, of course, a memory in the system. So, you know, then if somebody comes and puts that on you or in you, and you have a memory of weren't allowed to respond or something like that, then that might get triggered and you fall into that mode again. I mean, I've had that for a long time. I had a father, and God bless him, because he was very traumatized, of course, but he tried to control me, and it was actually it was abusive, emotionally abusive. But I mean, we didn't have that language then. He had no control, definitely. But for me as a child, it was like earthquakes. I had no clue what I had done. Actually, no idea. I didn't know that I had done something wrong. So whenever I would meet that kind of energy, even as an adult, I would have the same response inside. And that made it so, whoa, you know, I don't want to be around that energy. But of course, then you find it always until that seeing came. So it was like, wow. So the grace of seeing how it had formed itself and how it had wired itself, that put something into movement, so that's different now. Let's say it like that. It's different now. But just because of those seeings, you know, again and again and again, that come in this exploration of by grace.
I love the way you read it. Yeah, really. It's so clear. It makes it so clear to see that if this wanting to push it away, it's just this young organization, a part of that showing up.
Yeah. Mostly, yes, mostly. See, and then it replays itself again and again. And as an adult, you find yourself in situations that are actually not, where that behavior that your system shows is actually not appropriate. You can just say, hey, whatever, you know, but it doesn't work like that. It feels the same way than when it happened. And sometimes it's not even from these lifetimes. That's what scientists say even. It can be inherited. It's just passed down from, in our from our ancestors. This is, you know, you can see sperm and egg come together, and that's already full with information, those two. And then whatever happens in this lifetime to a being, of course, that's part of it too. Well, it's quite amazing. And then later on, you think you have a choice in how your system behaves. And you don't.
Yeah.
You don't. I can't see it anyway. I can't see that there's any choice in anything. This thing is wired and it's 100% on automatic. I mean, I know some people say it's 99.99%, but it's on automatic. It changes only if it makes sense to itself. Otherwise, it stays like this. And I have no clue where this wave of warmth and compassion and kindness comes from, also from life itself, I guess, which gives us an opportunity to see things from a different place. But it's grace, isn't it?
Yeah, 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 I agree, yeah.
Because the moment I start working on it, forget it. It will not work. It's not working. In my own experience, it works only, wow, when it comes to here, in present moment, then it can see. It sees. And that's when something can happen. Otherwise, it will just loop and do the same old, same old.
And that sounds so healing, because this system was always educated to work hard, you know.
Yes, yes, yeah, yeah. So, you know, how lucky are we, huh?
Yes.
It's playtime, Sandra.
Yeah, it is.
It's playtime.
Yeah. it's playtime now, you know, and just during this meeting now, there was also this thought coming in of, wow, you know, just wanting to explore also in so-called work outside, in the outside, to be more playful in it, you know, to look at work as being work, but just being in it and seeing, wow, why not being playful in it?
Absolutely. I mean, yes. You know, work is also a relatively new word.
Yeah.
I mean, in other cultures, in older cultures, there was no word for work. There was no, you know, if you need to build a house, they will come together and you build a house. And if you need to go and get some food, then you go and get some food. And then you celebrate when there's nothing to do, or you sleep, you rest, you just sit around.
Yeah. That sounds good.
Yeah, it's just our kind of, you know, where it evolved into, that it became quite serious. And that we have all these different words, even like work. Man, it's serious, huh? Boy, I go to work now. Oh, I have work. I mean, far out. That there is something more important than our well-being. Huh?
Yeah.
You can't stay at home when it's not actually right for you to not go today. It's an interesting setup. So I'm into playtime now.
Yes, super.
So I'm happy, Sandra, if you bring playtime into your workplace more and more. Man, how lucky they are to have you there.
Yeah, and I just would love to report something that really touched me. I'm giving a course where it was about the biography of people. They just were telling about it. And just yesterday had something like an audit where this one person said that speaking about the biography, and she was very ashamed about it, but being in a surrounding where she was accepted so much, you know, that she said that completely healed the whole story for her, that now she can be there and just knowing, yes, that was my story and it's okay, you know. And that was touching me so much. I see how our meetings, you know, and what is shared, and having the opportunity to again be met in who we are, it's really spreading into the world. And just I want to say thank you so much to you and to our friends, you know, because
and you,
it's so beautiful, you know, it's so beautiful, and it's so touching. Thank you. Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. What a love song. What a love song.
Yeah, how beautiful. Oh, and we all love to love. I can see that so much, more and more and more, and it's so beautiful when it flows.
Yeah, we thrive, huh? We start, wow, we just thrive. Everything thrives when we come into love flow.
Yeah. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
I'm mute to give space to another friend.
Thank you.
Laura would like to speak.
Hi, Meike.
Hey, Laura.
I don't have much to say. I feel like it's kind of all been said.
I'm having the most beautiful conversation with you. So nice to feel you, Laura, and to be with you.
It's like asking, can you see everything? Because that's all I'm interested in.
Yeah, same here. Can you see everything? I'm asking that too. It's the sweetest invitation.
It's so, the meeting's been so lovely. And then there's a couple of times where something's come up and then there was a bit of panic, and now we're sitting and it doesn't matter at all.
No.
And both ways, it's just like more.
Let's go everywhere.
Yeah, it's not mine or yours, it's just all of it.
No. Sorry. I mean, we are such spiritual beings, huh? Like somehow it seems we're walking here on planet Earth and stuff. Wow, we're travelers, huh? We are everywhere. Every dimension, every plane, whatever you want to call it all. Whoa, everywhere.
And it's most obvious when we're still.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
You don't need to go anywhere for that.
No, no. It's the most entertaining. Just sitting still.
Try everywhere, but it's just here.
Just here, yes. And it's very rich and delicious also together, right? And yeah.
It's just different.
It's different. Thank you, Laura.
So nice to be with everyone.
Yes.
So nice. It's like a family that you've never met. Okay.
Ciao. No. Beloved friends. Oh, so nice to see you all and to feel you all. Wow. Yeah, Monday, next meeting, if you like to tune in. Love and peace. Oh. Ciao.